Greetings, everyone. This is Michael W. Ford. I'm also going to take a moment and discuss the grimoire and the methodology of initiation with my work, Fallen Angels, Watchers, and the Witch's Sabbat. This grimoire is dedicated to the Gnosis of the Watchers, the Fallen Angels, from the Book of Enoch, and its relation to Kenite or Luciferian Witchcraft, relating to the left path of witchcraft, which has distinct associations with Luciferianism from the tradition which I present in my books. Now, Fallen Angels explores the Watchers based on their etymology and the understanding of their names, and also in correlation with the history. The myth and lore of the Watchers focused within the grimoire are from 1 Enoch, which is the Ethiopic apocalypse from the second century BC to the 1st century AD roughly. Also 2 Enoch, which is the Slavonic apocalypse, and the Book of Enoch, the Greek from the Aramaic apocalypse. Now, these texts are called pseudepigrapha, and they are removed from early Christian doctrines by the late Romans and the Catholic Church organizers of the Old and New Testaments. Now, the word apocalypse translates, of course, the unveiling, and from a Luciferian perspective, a modern Luciferian perspective, embraces the Watchers as a force and energy of guidance, of intuition, inspiration, and in accordance with the triad of the morning star, which is liberation, illumination, and apotheosis. Now, the Watchers are frequently called the Bene Elohim, which translates sons of El. And it's an ancient term, which is known from the Canaanite city of Ugarit and in late Judaic lore. Now, the Aramaic of Watchers, Irin, and the title Watchers and the Holy Ones, or Irin wi Quadashin, is a term for celestial spirits. Now, the Greek spelling of the Aramaic ayin is based within and associated with a Slavic transliteration. You know them as the Grigori. The meaning of watcher is awake, watchful, and guard. Now, in lore, the Watchers dwelt in the 5th heaven prior to their fall, and after the fall of the Watchers, they were in the 3rd heaven, or Sheol, called Hell, or the underworld. Now, as called sons of El, these fallen angels, the Watchers, led by Jomjael and Asael, were independent thinking, conscious, illuminated with the spark of the black flame, in acting independent. They descended as angels to the earth, assumed many forms, chose human wives, and instructed humanity in forbidden knowledge of heaven. That includes natural arts, skills, forbidden knowledge, magic, witchcraft, etc. This included incantations, magic spells, solar lunar calendars, working with metals, forging weapons, divination, reading and writing, art, medicine, and the nature of the planets and stars. Now, this was considered evil by the Hebrew deity, God, who grew angry with the disorder from their spark of the black flame, or independence from this. Now, Luciferianism doesn't look at this as literal truth. It can be a functional myth and a, quote, truth within the circle known in witchcraft, relating to the spiritual lineage of Luciferian witches and sorcerers who identify or work with these deific masks and forbidden knowledge they possess. Now, the Watchers were, in their celestial origins, guardians of cosmic order, including the planets, meteorological and natural phenomena. Now, when it comes to specific Watchers, my book, Fallen Angels, works with, and I've restored the sigils based on their alchemical, astrological, and symbolic meaning from the etymology of their names. We have different watchers that can be worked with and invoked using a kind of a balance between ceremonial invocation or evocation, but also meditation, and by recitation and intense focus with each part of the invocation can open to these spiritual energies that will be connected with through yourself and mediated by your daemon, if that is known to you. Jomjael, the leader of the Watchers, taught enchantments and root cuttings, is a patron watcher of magicians, and the sigil of Jomjael within the grimoire should indicate a good level of understanding and focus, especially the outer spelling of the names of the Bene Elohim. And we have Azazel, who taught the making of weapons, armor, and the seductive arts, associated with the later Jen Al-Uzza, which she was for love and war, which we see in Ishtar related to Venus or Lucifer. Now, there are several sigils too, in specific for Azazel, from the more blackened goat, the demonic aspect, and also the creative aspect of Azazel. We have Gadriel, who teaches the art of war, based around Mars. Araklba, who teaches the science and knowledge of the earth. Kokablel, who teaches astrology, the angel of the blazing star. Tamlel, who taught astronomy and smiting enemies or cursing self-defense. Asael or Caspiel, related to the word associated with magic in Babylonia or Chaldea. This is the fallen angels who imparted counsel to the angels to illuminate humanity. The name Asael is related to abandon and the power of divinity. So, antinomianism. You have Rameel, a fallen angel who teaches the secrets of volcanic fires and the storms of earth. Ezeqeel, who teaches the knowledge of clouds, meteorology, and the element of air. Baraqijal, who teaches the auguries of lightning and astrology relating to the jinn, one of the 7 jinn kings, known throughout in ceremonial traditions. Armaros, who taught the release of spells or sending away of spells, and sophistry, using language to communicate appropriately. Samsapeel, who taught the auguries of the sun related to Samas. Also Sariel taught the auguries of the moon and the lunar calendar associated with the Babylonian deity Sin. Satarel, the fallen angel who brings the black light as self-illumination, the adversary. Penume, who taught the art of reading and writing, similar to Thoth, the Egyptian god. Yikwun, who illuminates by the path of rebellion. Ananel, who imparted knowledge to humans. Danel, who taught the signs of the sun. Batarel, the 12th fallen angel of the Decadox, who descended and holds knowledge of rain, fertility, water, and the element of earth. Zaqiel, who taught the mysteries of death and the spirit, the transformation. Still a great mystery, but allows, through working with this energy, to understand that all things must die, and we will transform and move on from our atoms onward. Jomjael, who taught authority over the sea, the methodology of working with those elements. The grimoire explores these in depth in a very authentic and dedicated way. But then the last part of the grimoire moves from working as towards the Nephilim, the mysteries of darkness, and survival of the spirit. And then Sabbatic witchcraft, or Luciferian witchcraft rites, embracing Baphomet, Azazel or Shayatan or Hecate, different aspects of diabolic witchcraft in a contemporary setting. The grimoires Fallen Angels, find it at luciferianapotheca.com, and I have many more in the works. Until then, Banama Araman.